Good day, everyone. My name is Bill Harshman, and I'll be hosting your session today. This webinar is presented by Training Location, your DiSC provider. We are an authorized distributor of DiSC from Wiley Publishing, as well as a channel partner with the Ken Blanchard Companies. Thank you for your interest and for visiting our website. Our topic today is stressors and motivators of the I or influence style. You'll discover simple and effective ways to improve communications with the I styles in your world. And this session is one in a series discussing stressors and motivators of the 4 styles altogether, which include dominant, influence, steady, and conscientious. Before we begin, let's review the cornerstone principles of DiSC. All DiSC styles are equally valuable. No single style is better than another, and everyone is a unique blend of all 4 styles. In the interest of time, I won't repeat other foundational information from previous blogs. However, I always encourage you to refer to them for yourself and others at our website, traininglocation.com/blogs. And a footnote, I always have questions in webinars when I present. The word DiSC has a lowercase I. That is simply a trademark of the Wiley Publishing Company, and it was simply a typo in original printed material. Somebody at Wiley thought it could help differentiate it from DiSC products of other providers, and it continues to uniquely identify the original DiSC to this day. Those of you who joined us before know that I refer to our PACE and priority model or grid as the essential tool to diagnose, discuss, and understand DiSC styles. This may be redundant to those of you following our vlogs. However, it still provides a reinforcement if someone isn't seeing, or is, I should say, is seeing this vlog first from our collection on traininglocation.com website. Now, the vertical axis represents PACE, and we see the descriptors at the top and bottom of the PACE spectrum. And I'll give you just a moment to look at those 2 groupings of words. The horizontal axis represents priority. And we see those descriptors at the left and the right of the priority spectrum. Just to note, some people, in addition to people-oriented, accepting, and warm, some people add the term relationship-oriented for this right side of the priority spectrum. Now, as we look at this simple grid, we can begin to make out the unique pace and priority pairings into each quadrant as follows. Fast and task defines a D or dominant style. Fast and people defines an I or influence style, the subject of today's webinar. Deliberate and people defines an S or steady style, and deliberate and task defines a C or conscientious style. Now, to prepare us for today's learning, I want to review the I or influence style descriptors from a previous blog on our website. As noted, the I style has a generally fast or active pace coupled with a people or accepting priority. Other descriptors of that I style might include outgoing, enthusiastic, optimistic, high-spirited, lively, and social. And I'm hoping some of you have kind of narrowed down someone that you know that fits into these descriptors of this style who might well be an I. The I style tends to be about focusing on positive, expressing enthusiasm, and taking quick action and encouraging collaboration. If the I's had a motto, it would be let's have fun. So let's look at what stresses and motivates the I style. And first, I want to talk about the core themes or needs of the I style before we get into stressors. The I's have a need for connection. Now, this may translate to responding negatively to a threat of this connection. They have a need for expression, and that is a need to externalize their thoughts and emotions in the brain and to get the ideas out and also get them heard and acknowledged by another person. They love getting lost in what I call a good conversation. There's a need for stimulation. They are tuned into the rewards an environment has to offer. And there's also a need to be wanted. And this translates into that I style, not wanting to be opened up to regret for something that they may have said. As we consider the behavioral tendencies coupled with the core themes or needs, it'll better help us understand the stressors and motivators of the I style. So let's take a look at the environmental factors which might conflict with the I style. Now, the I style is focused on enthusiasm, action, and collaboration. As we said, here's a list of factors which may trigger stress for the I style. A lot of complexity, a lot of details. Rejection, and I'm thinking about social rejection here. Performing routine tasks over and over. Lack of autonomy and lack of fun, of course. Loss of influence, the very descriptor of an I style. Disapproval from others. Working alone for long periods of time, and also others' negative attitudes. They can contribute to the stress of an I. Now let's take a look at the factors which might align with the I style, and those look like social recognition, group activities, as you can imagine, friendly relationships, working with idea people, enthusiastic people, opportunities which provide quick progress, spontaneity, and collaboration and involvement. And there we see the desire of groups and teams working together. Now, as we begin to wrap up this session, what is there to learn from this? Different people find different aspects of their respective environments somewhere on the spectrum between stress and motivation. And I'd ask that you review these to see which, if any, of these stressors and motivators mentioned today might trigger a response from you. Further, I'd really like you to think of interactions and environments in which others are placed, maybe your employees, that are placed that might trigger their stressors and motivators. Whether you're a manager or a non-manager, this insight can be very helpful to improve communication and understanding. Here's our model again, just to help remind you of where the I fits into our grid. With what we've learned in this webinar, it might help provide more context about the environment of the I style and provide some understanding of how they respond to it. I encourage you to share this webinar with your personal and professional connections, and many of my customers and clients are using these webinars as learning aids and boosters to help DiSC grow within their company culture. In other webinars, we'll learn about the D, the S, and the C styles respectively. I hope this helps address the challenges faced by your organization. Whether your organizational needs include employee engagement, conflict management, communication, team building, DiSC is a research-based, proven leading training solution. It's impacted more than 8 million learners in over 130,000 organizations and through 14 languages in over 70 countries worldwide. This provides a quick, intuitive way to understand yourself and the needs and priorities of others. This delivers immediate and lasting impact on the performance of people and the culture of organizations. And as always, my rule, the key to effectiveness through DiSC is understanding your and other styles, then using that knowledge for improved interactions. Thank you for joining us today. Here's our contact information. Meanwhile, good luck with the DiSC. I hope this information has been educational, valuable, and helpful to you. I look forward to seeing you on a future webinar. And if you'd like to discuss a complimentary live webinar introducing DiSC to your team or organization, let me know. Please use the email shown below, info@traininglocation.com. Be sure to check out our other blogs at the web address shown below, or go to our website, www.traininglocation.com, and click blogs. Thank you and goodbye until next time.